Hello everyone, my name is Sabira. Today I will be presenting a research paper with title Research Knowledge System Model for Higher Learning Institutions. The author for this paper are Saad Al-Saleh, Haryani Harun and myself. This is the outline for my presentation today: the research background, literature review, research methodology, data analysis, research findings, and finally the conclusion. Let us look at the research background of our study. Basically, from literature, we know that knowledge is a crucial resource because it is the underlying source of an institution's competitiveness. The concept of knowledge sharing and diversity are important to expand the knowledge range of teams who work together. The problem is most organizations knowledge is scattered and hidden. Thus, institutional decision-making should emphasize the importance of knowledge sharing and the capability derived from it. Finally, organizations need to recognize and understand those members who possess knowledge and then focus on systems to promote processes that encourage the creation, acquisition, and exchange of such knowledge. Let us look at a little bit on the literature review. The first part of the literature review talks about the knowledge concept and the importance of knowledge. Knowledge is regarded as a cognitive intellectual entity. It has been defined as authenticated and validated information according to Alavi and Littner, and which is ready to be applied. Knowledge is increasingly seen as representing the most important assets organization possesses, and society has witnessed a significant increase in the number of both knowledge workers and knowledge-intensive organizations. From this literature, we can see how knowledge has becoming a very important asset in an organization. Knowledge has been classified into numerous types, and one important type is research knowledge. In this study, research knowledge is defined as knowledge that is related to the scientific research subject and materials. Research is one of the core activities for all higher learning institutions. A study has emphasized that research is central to civilization advances, which can be measured according to the outcomes of research. Let us now look at the concept of knowledge sharing in higher learning institutions. Knowledge sharing is a critical area as part of knowledge management implementation. It constitutes a significant element in international organization. The research area of knowledge sharing among university faculty staff have been somewhat limited according to Suhail and Dowd 2019. Despite the fact that knowledge sharing among faculty colleagues is recognized as a vital process in higher learning institutions because they are considered to be knowledge-intensive institutions, knowledge exchange impacts both the research output and also the teaching process. Thus, the question of how to generate and share knowledge effectively in institutions has become a significant concern. One of the main problems in knowledge management that has been identified is knowledge sharing because it influences the institution's capacity to benefit from its employees' knowledge and also to add to institutional assets. Now we look at the knowledge management system, which is part of the important component in knowledge management. Knowledge management system is being referred to as an IT-based system designed with a purpose of managing the knowledge processed by the organization. Researchers have emphasized that since universities can be classified as knowledge-intensive environment, it is very important that they implement a proactive approach to knowledge management. Many areas in knowledge management, especially in the development of knowledge management system, because it involves technology, business strategies, the culture, the norm of the user, and also the management process. Thus, researchers have suggested that a knowledge management system is a useful technology tool that could be applied to improve the academic institution performance. So for this study, we have adopted a mixed method approach using the exploratory sequential design. Our research include knowledge acquisition, which is problem definition, and the research question and objective definition. Also the research design, which include the research approach and the collection instrument. And finally, the data analysis part, which include the analysis procedures and finally the findings. This is the data analysis part where using the exploratory sequential design, we have divided it into the qualitative part, the quantitative part, and also the integration of these two approach. In the qualitative part, we aim to know the current situation by analyzing what are the types of research knowledge that academicians share with their colleagues and students. The participants were selected using a purposeful approach among academicians from various higher learning institutions. In the qualitative phase, data was collected using interview and analyzed using thematic analysis. The quantitative phase is aimed to understand what type of research knowledge were being shared most frequently among academicians in the selected institutions. In the quantitative part, we adopt the survey method using the questionnaire, where a single faculty of a university was selected as the site. A total number of 299 questionnaires were distributed and 171 usable responses were obtained after removing incomplete data, representing about 59% of response rate. We then use these data from both phases, quali and quanti, where we merge connect the data, and it is used to understand and strategize of what is needed to develop the research knowledge system model. The research finding in the qualitative part, we found there are 10 types of research knowledge that academicians share with their colleague and student, namely the research topic, the research methods, the research activities, the analysis techniques, the research findings, the research proposal, the research innovation, research on subject, publication procedures, and finally the research papers. In the quantitative part, the result found there are 93% of academicians in the institution who shared the knowledge, the research knowledge with their colleagues and also students. Based on these two findings, we developed the research knowledge system model, which involve four main processes, which are create, store, retrieve, and share. Basically, the system proposed that users can add any types of research knowledge by means of the create process and use the store process to store the research knowledge that they have added in the database. Then, The user could use the retrieve process to allow them to search for any type of research knowledge that has previously been stored by typing a related term or phrase in the search engine box. Finally, the fourth function in the system, which is the share process, user can send the knowledge they have posted to other users through the share function. To be successful, a knowledge sharing system should be designed to offer an easy way to research and find needed knowledge. In the context of knowledge management in academic institutions, several important knowledge processes must be taken into account, including the ability to capture, archive, manage, and disseminate the knowledge. In conclusion, the study makes a significant contribution to facilitate the development of sharing knowledge system models for knowledge sharing in higher learning institutions. With the assistance of the relevant and reliable findings of this study, management and technical personnel of higher learning institutions will be better equipped to design their own research knowledge system model in order to enhance knowledge sharing among their academic staff. Finally, this study is not free from limitation. In particular, the study focused on only one type of knowledge that assists in the higher learning institution, which is the research knowledge. Future research could investigate other type of knowledge that is shared in higher learning institutions. That's all for my presentation today. With that, I thank you.